Welcome back to Football Fans TV. I'm Jay.
And I'm Dennis.
And we're here to give you guys some talking points, some latest transfer news, and just literally just give you our opinions about what's going on in the football game right now. And first thing is first, obviously, like you guys know, City's unbeaten run is over, thanks to Liverpool Football Club. You're welcome. But one thing I ran into the other day is it's quite interesting to see how Arsenal's unbeaten run from the 03-04 season, they had 12 draws in that season. And so far, City have played more than half their games. They played 23 games and they only have 2 draws. So it's quite interesting for me to see that, you know what, maybe these two teams, maybe that's been the downfall of Man City, because when they go anywhere, whether they're at Old Trafford or they're at the Emirates or they're playing at home against Man United, they play the same type of game.
True.
They don't defend anymore, they don't attack anymore, they play the same way they play any other day.
I'm not a very big Pep fan, as anyone that knows me knows.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can call that a downfall, because it means that, like you're saying, if Arsenal in the invincible season had 12 draws, it means that at this stage of the season, Man City probably has more points. And that's what makes you a better team. I don't think what makes you a better team is going unbeaten, because technically speaking, obviously not realistically, but technically speaking,
Also,
you could go.
comfy.
I really don't care.
Just make sure.
Like, you could go unbeaten the whole season and get relegated in the same season. So I mean, yeah, being unbeaten is cool. It's a great stat. But at the end of the day, it's not what makes you the greatest team. I think when you look at it, the greatest team was the team that had the most points, which is Chelsea in 04-05.
But before we get into that, do you think that really matters? Because I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you win the title, does it matter how many points you win the title by? Because I mean, as much as you might talk down on being unbeaten, doesn't matter and all that, but they were unbeaten and they still won the title. I mean, it's one thing being unbeaten and finishing second and having nothing to show for it, and being unbeaten and winning the title. Like,
I think at the end of the day, like you're saying, what matters is that you win the title. Yeah. And Man City is going to win the title. It doesn't really matter how. But when you talk about history and you want to figure out which team was the best team, you want to go with the team that had the most points. And that's how it works. I think the concept of being unbeaten is one of the most overrated concepts, because literally a team, if Man City had gone for the rest of the season, I mean, if Man City wins the rest of their games this season, are you going to say they're not the greatest team in the Premier League era? They definitely are.
It's debatable, man. It's debatable. I think it could go either way, because at the same time, certain people will look at Wenger as the manager of Arsenal that season and say, you know, Wenger managed to complete 38 games without losing once.
Defending well, yeah. He had the best defensive side of all team.
Not necessarily defending. I mean, yeah, just to a certain extent, Arsenal played a lot of their games now just trying to maintain their streak and not exactly going for the 3 points. They maybe, fair enough, it's debatable that maybe they played quite a few games just trying to
defend their record.
And Man City, each game they're going to win.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still feel like, I mean, it's something that Arsenal can still be proud of. It's something that's never been done before. And fair enough, it doesn't really matter how they did it. Even if they were defending and got 12 draws, that's a third of their game. We agreed on that. It's a third of the games in the season.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying that Arsenal fans shouldn't be proud of that, or that Wenger shouldn't be proud of that. It's a great achievement. I'm just saying it doesn't make them the best team of the Premier League era. They're simply not.
So
that.
Who would you say if City go on the way they're going on now?
Yeah.
And I mean 62 points, right?
Yeah.
There's 15 games to go.
Yeah.
So from 15 games they can still get 45 points.
Yep.
And that means with 45 points
they'd be 97.
97. That's 2 points ahead of you guys.
Yeah. Then they become the best team in the Premier League here.
So even if they miss out, on your record.
Do you realize how good Chelsea had to be to get 95 points?
Fair enough.
It means that they were like City for this first 23 games, and then they won everything else. One more draw, so they probably had a record of 35, 2-1.
Then we bring into question the way City's been playing, City's gameplay, the way they've won a lot of the games. It'll be interesting to see.
No one cares about that though. About the way they were playing.
No, because I'm not saying there's a debate between who was the greatest team. Obviously, you're going to say it was Chelsea and City. Let's say you get the same amount of points as City. They end the season on 95 as well. And now there's a debate between who's the greatest team. We've put Arsenal out the way.
Yeah.
So now it's between Chelsea. That Chelsea, what season was it? 04 or 05?
04, 05, yeah.
And then City, 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
So now,
ended up on 95?
I want your opinion. If they ended up on 95, with the way City's played, with this half of the season has gone so far, and the way they've ran away to the title.
It makes it tricky. It makes it tricky, to be honest, because my belief, and maybe that's because of me as a Chelsea fan, I really do believe that the object of any football match is to get 3 points.
Okay.
So the person that can get 3 points the most is the person that's best at football. I don't subscribe to the thought that, Chelsea played against Barcelona and Barcelona had 40 shots on target, but they lost to Chelsea with the under.
So you're saying how well City's been playing won't matter?
It won't matter to me as an individual.
So your own opinion would be Chelsea would still be the greatest team, the best team in the Premier League era. Chelsea would still, regardless of how well City played.
I think it'll go down to goal difference.
And I doubt you guys would have scored as many goals as City's been scoring.
Very unlikely.
So do you not think City would then edge it over you?
They would have it, yeah.
Right,
but I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible for them to go on that run.
You think so? You think Liverpool's given everyone else the blueprint on how to beat City?
But I mean, everyone had the blueprint. It's just not too many people have the quality to do it. Yeah. But going into the second season, because remember, Man City had a clean sweep of the top 6 in the first half of the season. Okay. I don't think that would be possible now. You're not going to be able to bully United like that in the second leg, or Chelsea. I mean, and even if you did, you're not going to do it to all of them. Yeah. Literally, for City to maintain or to get that Chelsea record, they have to go on a 15-game winning. Like, they can't lose it. And I don't think that's possible.
So you guys in 04-05, you only lost 1 game?
I think we lost 1 game and drew 2. And drew 3.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good record. 04-05, that Chelsea team was quite remarkable. That's when Jose just got in Arjen Robben. I think Martin Kezman was your second striker. Didier Drogba was your first.
Yeah. We had a young Frank, a young JT.
Petr Cech was just coming into Chelsea. He was amazing at the time.
We just got in Makelele, who's probably the best player to play in that position ever. It was a remarkable team. And to be fair, it's just I don't know those stats off by heart, but I'm telling you, we also scored quite a few goals. And we defended really well. It was a remarkable team, no question.
And in the last 24 hours, Paul Lambert has just been announced as the new Stoke boss. I don't think there's a need for us to go into this too much, because I honestly feel like this is not going to save Stoke in any way. I don't know how. It'll be interesting to see if there are any Stoke fans out there. Maybe you could let us know how you feel. But personally, I don't think this is the... Yeah, fair enough, your first choices. I mean, Martin O'Neill refused the job.
Of course.
Flores refused the job as well. So maybe you didn't have any other options, but personally, Paul Lambert... I mean, I'm sure Claudio Ranieri's still out there looking for a job or something. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. Paul Lambert, I mean, he's the one who brought Aston Villa down. His last 2 jobs have been protecting Blackburn and Wolves from relegation in the Championship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this is a next level battle. I don't think he is ready for this in his career.
Yeah.
Despite Stoke having a pretty decent squad, I don't know if he's going to be able to keep them up and make the difference that he needs to make within that dressing room to get players who haven't been performing to raise their game.
I don't know. I think maybe we're talking about this earlier, and I think I mostly agree with you. But if I was to play devil's advocate for this, I also feel like sometimes what you need in your squad isn't really a new manager with new tactics or anything. Sometimes you just need new blood. Someone should just come and revitalize whatever, because Stoke has been horrible. Yeah. They haven't looked like like they're trying to play. They've been horrible. And I think having Paul Lambert in, just if his man management or anything, I think it could give him an edge. But I don't see it either, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be fresher, because I mean, to some extent, there were rumors that Mark Hughes' training is really boring and it's very repetitive, and they do the same thing Monday to Friday, and maybe the players are tired of that. So maybe, I mean, considering what you're saying, maybe Paul Lambert might be that breath of fresh air, bring something new, different to the training ground, and we'll see how it goes. All the best to Stoke. It's going to be quite a hectic run-in for all the teams.
You're going to get relegated along with Swansea and one other team. I'm not sure who yet.
Stoke, Swansea.
I'm not sure who the third is yet. I need to think about that.
I need to think about that. I'll get back to you guys with my bottom 3, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be quite tight. Transfer news. The Sanchez saga continues. I think this is today is the 17th, 18th day of January. It's still going on.
I agree with Piers Morgan, man. Can that guy just go? Like, it's annoying now. Like, can he just leave?
Yeah. Sanchez, and I mean, the talks that it's going to be a straight swap now. No cash involved for Sanchez and Mkhitaryan. Honestly, I feel like it's a good deal for Mkhi, for both, to be honest, because it's a chance for Mkhitaryan to revive his career. Guys, do not get it wrong. Mkhitaryan is a very, very good player. He's a world-class player. In his time, maybe not today, as of right now, maybe I'm exaggerating saying he's world-class, but on his day, and I'm sure United fans, you saw it early on during the season as well, he had a very good start to the season. A very good start, and then all of a sudden, something happens with him and Josie and he's not playing anymore, and people asking questions. But we've all seen what Mkhitaryan can do. And I feel like with Arsenal, the way they play, Arsenal play the Arsenal that used to get points and results. The Arsenal that Wenger, the Arsenal that Wenger used to actually seem to put effort in. The Arsenal that wanted to play for Wenger, they used to play very quick football. Tiki-taka, quick movements, quick passes, a lot of pace involved as well. And I feel like in that style of play, Mkhitaryan could fit in perfectly.
I don't know. I do think it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal for both teams, especially considering Sanchez's contract situation. Because I mean, they will get nothing for him in the summer, and you're lucky to get anything for him now as well, because no one's under pressure. If he decides to go the city route and wait for the summer, he'll get like a really good bonus anyway.
But he gets better wages at United now. So it's even because at United I think they're gonna give him 350.
Yeah.
And the City, if he waits for the summer, he'll get 290.
Yeah. And I mean that's also because City have they don't need him as much as United need him. Yeah. And United splash cash. But I mean at the end of the day, I think it's a good deal for both teams. I hope it goes through. I think, but I don't know how Wenger manages to do that. I don't see why Mkhi would want to go there. Why
I mean, for Mkhitaryan, I feel like it's a chance for him to revive his career, because where he's gone now at United, he's not wanted there.
True.
Some of the fans have turned on him as well, and he's not the Mkhitaryan he was 6 months ago. And I mean, for his career, this is an amazing chance, because he could go to Arsenal. Arsenal need fresh air. They need new blood.
Yeah.
And he could go there and all of a sudden be a hero. At Arsenal, they're literally willing to make any new signing a hero. Arsenal have had probably about 5 signings in the last 3-4 seasons. So at Arsenal, he could literally get there. He's a world-class player. People know that. He could get there and all of a sudden Arsenal. All right, I keep saying that. But on his day, Mkhitaryan can give a headache.
But he's not
anyone.
You see, I don't see him making as big a difference as someone like Sanchez would have made when he got to Arsenal, because those are people that can take a game by its neck. You know what I mean, and turn it upside. He's not that kind of player. He's a player that does well around the system, and I think that's also one of the things that you need to consider about why he did so well at United at the beginning of the season. United was winning 4-0 like every game for 2 months. You know what I mean? Like the system was working well, and he was part of that system, and everything was going well. And then as soon as they started struggling, Jose probably started getting a bit defensive in some of those games. Then he started struggling as well. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't see how he would be, reviving his career at Arsenal. But I'm hopeful.
I feel like he's one of those players that he works on support.
Yeah, he
needs people. He needs a support system. He needs people behind him.
He's like
I'm saying him going to Arsenal is different from him going to Madrid. Where you go to Madrid, you're gonna have to prove yourself before any of the fans get on your side and they start loving you. You have to prove yourself first on the pitch. Whereas him going to Arsenal, those fans are supporting him from the moment he puts pen to paper.
But you know what the difference is when you get to Madrid, you get there and you're passing the ball to Ronaldo on your left and Bale on your right and Benzema up front. And now you have to go to Arsenal and you might be passing the ball to Ramsey on your left on the one game. You're passing the ball to Theo's gone now. But you know what I mean? Like
Alex Iwobi.
Yeah, and like Lacazette. So it's a whole different, it's so much harder for you to become world class in that system when you're a player that's Mkhi he got 20 assists in his last season at before he moved. Yeah, at Dortmund before he moved.
But this brings in the next transfer into question, the Aubameyang one.
Yeah.
So if this deal goes through and they have that front three of Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan and Lacazette, it's a different ball game now.
True.
It's a different ball game.
True.
Wilshere right behind him. He's getting into good form again. Ramsey might be coming back in. Fair enough, you might not agree Ramsey's an amazing player. He might not be the best, but Ramsey on his day can get the job done.
Ramsey on his day can get his job done, but he has his day once every 20% of the time. And that's not good enough. You're going to need a lot more, someone a lot more reliable, which is the same as Jack. I mean, I'm not a big fan, but I understand why he's quality. Yeah. But the guy's always injured. You got what I mean?
Which brings us to the next topic as well.
Yeah, which brings us
contract.
to so I don't understand. But to be fair, if he got that front three, it's good enough. It's good enough.
They can fight for the top four. It's not going to win you the league, but it can get you back in that, because now they're 9 points off.
Yeah.
Whereas if they had that front three, it could be they could be 2 points off, or they could be in there.
Yeah.
And Liverpool could be out.
And
or Chelsea could be out.
You could talk about even dropping Mkhi into to play a little bit deeper behind the
keeper will be up there.
Yeah, you see what I mean? So I mean, if they did manage to get those three, it'd be a different side. But actually they could, to be fair.
And then Wilshere, because Wilshere, they're offering Wilshere a new contract at the club. I think his contract is up this summer. But then this new contract, obviously, like he's mentioned, Wilshere is injured a lot.
Yeah.
Like in the last 3-4 seasons, he's probably played up to 10-15 games for the club.
So
he's injured a lot. So he's basically taking a pay cut in his new contract. He's taking a pay cut with performance bonuses.
Apparently he's taking a pay cut because they need to pay more to the medical aid.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Man, he's taking a pay cut. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that's fair on Jack, considering he's been a loyal servant? I mean, there's a time Barcelona wanted him and he said, no, I'm not going to Barca, I'm staying in this club. I mean, fair enough, besides what he's gone through, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's fair on Jack to be taking a pay cut and be getting performance bonuses? So basically, I think this is how it goes. When he plays 10 games in the season, he gets a bonus. So if he was earning 100k a week, he would probably get 50k after playing 10 games.
Yeah.
So that's how this new contract is working. I'm not sure with the exact numbers, but it's based on performance bonuses. He's taking a pay cut and getting bonuses after performance.
It's absolutely fair. It's the right.
You think so?
Look at how long.
But to loyal players, you need to do that.
Look at how long Arsenal paid Diaby for.
Yeah.
They were paying that guy for a decade. He didn't kick a ball for them. There's no. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the wages that are going towards Jack are probably the wages that are making a difference between them finalizing their deal with, someone that they could be bringing in.
But then that's when you need to think about it. Diaby and Jack Wilshere.
Diaby's quality.
Diaby's quality, but I'm saying loyal servants. Jack Wilshere's been at the club for how many donkey years? Jack Wilshere's been about the club.
Man,
Jack Wilshere's a franchise. He's a franchise. We're talking about franchise players. At Arsenal, Jack Wilshere, they want to give him the armband. Arsenal fans are saying Jack Wilshere is our captain.
And Liverpool gave the armband to Henderson. Does that make him a franchise player?
No, but the difference is Jack Wilshere is one of Arsenal's best players. Technically, there's no debating that.
No.
There's no debating that.
No, he's
Jack
not.
Wilshere is one of Arsenal's.
He's not. He shouldn't be.
Why not?
No, my point is, if you're going to be a title-winning side, Jack Wilshere can't be one of your best players. It doesn't work that way.
Technically, Jack Wilshere is very good.
Yeah, technically he's overrated.
No, he's not.
Technically, the concept of someone being good technically is an overrated concept. He's not. He doesn't put the results. He doesn't put the performances that justify him being a franchise player. And
recently,
he hasn't put in.
Recently, the last
7 games.
Since he's come back into the team, he has.
Yeah, but that's not good enough.
He's been the reason.
In the time that Lingard was doing bits as well. Come on, man.
No, but
it's too short a period.
No.
It's too short a period.
I feel with Jack, because now even the Arsenal fans have reached a point where they're calling and saying they've had very bad performances lately, and they're saying Jack is the only one who's playing for the badge. Jack is the only one who's still playing, who's out there playing for the badge. Yeah. He's the only one who seems to care right now for the team. And some of the fans are saying, how's Mertesacker still wearing? How's Mertesacker still our club captain? Can you give it to Jack already? Give it to Jack. And I mean,
to be fair, maybe Arsenal's really just afraid of losing their captains. They went through a bad streak of losing their captain, and then they made Arteta their captain, and then they really were trying to. But I don't feel like
I feel like at the World Cup, if he's in good form at the World Cup, him in that midfield, next to whoever he ends up deciding to play, if Ross Barkley's fit, I feel either way Henderson has got his place in that team anyway, because somehow British managers, or I don't know, managers just seem to love him. They just seem to love him. Gareth Southgate loves Jordan Henderson, and he's just going to start anyway. But within that midfield, I feel if there's anyone who's going to carry England forward in the World Cup, it's going to be Jack. For the next couple of weeks, just keep an eye out on Jack and his performances.
Fair enough. Like I said, I don't think he's a terrible player or anything. But if he's good enough and he's fit, he'll make more from his new contract. It's just a heavily incentivized contract. Yeah. So he should stay fit. But he shouldn't be paid to be in the I don't know. For me, I think it's a slap in the face. That's where I'm coming from. I feel like it's a slap. If you're Jack Wilshere and you're saying, okay, I'm all of a sudden getting a pay cut. Walcott is getting 100k. He's gone now. But let's just say someone like Walcott had stayed at the club. Yeah. Walcott is on 100k. He doesn't do anything for the team. I was about to sue on this thing. Walcott doesn't do anything on the team. And I'm taking a pay cut and earning less than Walcott. Yeah, but Walcott's a brand. Walcott's a brand. I don't know, but you pay people for to look good. But anyway, my point is, if he stays fit and he plays well, he'll make more money, which is what matters.
Yeah. I want to know what you guys feel. What you think, the Arsenal fans out there? Just let me know how you guys feel about this new Wilshere contract and the transfers coming in as well. I know you should be excited about Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan.
Yeah.
And Emre Can is a similar issue. Contract talks in Liverpool. Emre Can wants. As far as I'm concerned, the reports I've read, he's still in a 50-50 position where he's willing to take a contract from Liverpool, and at the same time he's willing to hear what any other club out there is willing to offer him. Juventus. But the issue he's currently having at Liverpool now is that him and his agent are fighting for a release clause in his new contract. But at the same time, the club is against that, because since Firmino's come in the summer of 2015, no player Liverpool has signed has had a release clause in their contract. For example, that's saved us in the Coutinho saga, because imagine if Coutinho had a release clause of 120 million, he would have gone last summer, wouldn't have been able to hold on to, because Barca would have just said, there's your 120 million, there's the money for the release clause.
Yeah.
Coutinho, do you want to come? Coutinho's wanted to go, he would have just left. We wouldn't have had Coutinho for this half of the season that we've had.
But do you realize that these clubs pay you higher wages for your release clause?
That's fine, but I mean, if you're in a position where...
If you guys realize the value that the guy brings to your team, give the guy a $200 million release clause and give him the wages that he needs. Simple.
But that's the thing that Emre Can is currently experiencing, because Liverpool is saying, we could give you a ridiculous release clause.
Yeah.
But at the same time, his agent and him are against that, because if you put 200 million release clause on Can, how many teams out there, if anyone, who's going to come out there and pay 200 million for Emre Can?
So give him.
So it's not realistic. So at the end of the day,
give him 200,000 a week. No one's going to sign him because you won't want to take a pay cut.
No, but that's different.
Yeah.
It's very rare that a player will. No, besides that, sometimes even if I'm earning, how many people have we seen take pay cuts? A player might be so desperate to leave a certain club that if he wants to go and play for Juventus, he might be able to take a pay cut.
Stop trying to hold players hostage, bro.
We're not doing that, man. We're not doing that.
That's what you're doing.
All I'm saying is, if he wants a release clause in his contract for 80 million, whatever it is, just put it in his contract. Give him his 5-year deal. Give him his new wage.
Yeah.
Give the guy what he wants. Against Man City, Emre Can carried our team in midfield. That guy is a boss.